Good evening. Welcome to Candlelight Yoga with Alexis Shahin. I'm so glad you could take this time for yourself tonight to wind down and ease into a restful night's sleep. Tonight we're going to use a few yoga postures to release the hips and the legs. And then towards the end, we'll do a nice breathing practice and lean into a meditation body sensing practice at the end. So I'd like you to come to a wall. We'll start our practice there. I'd like you to scoot up towards the wall so that you have maybe about 2 feet of distance away from your bum and the wall itself. So that when you lie down and you place your feet on the wall, it'll feel like you're in a fallen chair where you have about a 90-degree bend in the hips, a 90-degree bend in the knees. And then from here, just straighten both legs up the wall for a little adaptation of legs up the wall pose. This is a really nice place to be at the end of the day. With our legs elevated in the air, we are giving the body a chance to restore itself. Allowing your 2 big toes to touch if that feels comfortable. Maybe creating an inch or 2 of space between the heels. And then just letting the legs rest comfortably. Allow your spine from the base of the spine, where the tailbone is, all the way up to the back of the head. Relax into the earth. Lay your arms down onto the ground, a little bit away from the body, just enough so that the armpits can breathe. Open up your palms towards the ceiling and just relax your shoulders. Take a few moments now to notice the breath. Notice the way the air feels as you breathe in through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth, a nice, slow, long exhale. So you can feel the air as it moves out through the mouth. And as you continue to take some mindful cycles of breath, notice where you feel the breath in your body. It might be in the belly center, maybe in the ribs, the chest. Perhaps you feel your breath in the shoulders or the neck this evening. If you've had a particularly stressful day, you might feel the breath in the jaw. See if you can consciously allow your body to soften with every exhale. And now from here, separate your 2 big toes and let your feet come apart so that they're about as wide as your hips. And then draw your right knee in towards your body and swing the ankle across the left leg. We're going to come into an adaptation of thread the needle using the wall as support. And so I'd like you to allow your right knee to fall out to the side and just use the hand to smooth the inner thigh away from you. And from here, you're going to walk your left foot down the wall any amount that allows you to feel a stretch in the outer right hip. It doesn't have to be that far. When you start to feel a little stretch, just know that you are there and trust that there's some nice magic happening, some nice release happening in the hips. Give a little flex to your right foot. This just helps to support the knee. And then breathe.
Sending your breath all the way down into the hips or wherever you're feeling this stretch. Now to come out of this pose, you're going to straighten your right leg again. Left leg. Bring your right knee in towards your body and then straighten the leg up the wall. And then let's come over to the left side. Left knee comes in. We're going to swing the ankle across the right leg. Let the left knee fall out to the side as you use the hand to gently smooth the inner thigh away from you. And then start to walk that right foot down the wall, any amount that allows you to feel a nice stretch in the outer left hip. Flex your left foot, and then just stay here and breathe. Gently breathing in. To come out of this pose, straighten the right leg. Bring the left knee in towards the body again. And then straighten both legs up the wall. And now bend both your knees, sliding the feet down the wall, coming back into that fallen chair position. Bring both knees in towards the body and just gently rock a little side to side. Just giving a nice massage to the back of the body. Roll towards your right side and then gently press yourself up. Swing your legs around and come to sit comfortably on the floor. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. And then shift your weight side to side as I just did, until you find a nice balance between the right and the left side. Notice the two sit bones, those two bony protrusions at the base of your pelvis. And just imagine that those are roots growing into the earth. From that place, grow tall in your spine. Find a gentle lift in your heart, but allow any rigidness to melt away. Be nice and soft in your body as you sit up tall. Relax your shoulders back and down, and lengthen all four sides of the neck. We're going to do a little breathing practice now to help balance the two sides of self. Take your right index finger and bring it to the nostril, the place where the nostril begins to flare on the right side. Plug your right nostril and then begin to breathe in and out through the left side. Slow, easy breath in through the left nostril. Slow, easy breath out through the left nostril. Breathing in, nice and gentle. Breathing out, easy does it. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and continue to breathe in a nice, gentle way. Taking one or two more cycles of breath on the left side. And then release the right hand down. And lift your left index finger now. Bring the left finger to the nostril, the left side, right where the nostril begins to flare. And then gently press, closing off the left side. Breathing in and out through the right. Now as you continue to breathe in and out through the right side, relax your jaw,
Relax your facial muscles. If you start to feel tension in the facial muscles or in the shoulders, that means you're trying too hard. If that feeling of stressfulness arises from the breathing practice, then just let it go for a moment. Relax your body again. And then when you feel relaxed, try the breathing practice again. Taking 1 or 2 more cycles of breath. And then release the left hand down. And now breathe intuitively through both sides, taking a nice inhale and exhale, noticing what it's like to breathe through both sides again. Good. Alternate nostril breathing is a really wonderful practice for balancing our nervous system. You can think of the nervous system in a metaphorical way of balancing the 2 sides of self. On the right side, we've got that sympathetic nervous system, connection to our fight, flight, freeze response. And on the left side, that's your more cooling side. And so as you do that alternate nostril breath, it's kind of like sending a message to the nervous system that it's okay to relax. It's okay to let go, that you're safe. Everything's okay. And now let's go ahead and switch the cross of the legs, bringing the opposite leg in front. And we're going to take a couple of side bends. So I want you to bring your right hand out and place it onto the earth. Take an inhale, lift your left arm up, and then just lean towards the right until you find a nice bend in your spine. Anchor down through the left sit bone as you reach up through the left side waist, right up in here. Keep all 4 sides of the neck nice and long, and just breathe, breathing into that whole left side body. Take a nice deep breath in. As you come up through center, bring both arms up, touch palms. And then as you exhale, the left hand comes down, and then we lean towards the left to take that side bend to the other side. This is also known as a lateral side bend, a lateral body stretch, side body. Anchoring down through that right sit bone, reaching up through right side waist. Shoulders are relaxing down away from the ears. And the breath is soft, gentle, as easy as it wants to be. Good. Inhale as you come all the way back up. Touch palms. And then exhale both hands down through the center. And now let's come onto our back. You're going to bring your legs out in front. Place your feet down onto the earth. And then I want you to lower down nice and slow. So you're activating in your center here. I want you to think of squeezing your abdominals around your waist as if you had just cinched up a corset. Bring your arms out in front of you. Take a deep breath in. Relax your shoulders down. And then as you exhale, round your spine and lower nice and slow, as slowly as you can. Once you're down, bring your palms right onto your belly and wiggle your feet apart, heel toe, so that they're about as wide as your yoga mat, or if you don't have a yoga mat, just go wider than your hips, comfortable distance apart. And then from here, I want you to drop your knees towards the left. Exhale everything. And as you inhale, come back through center. Exhale over towards the right. Inhale, come back through center. Let's do that again.
As we lean over towards the left, dropping the knees, you can also look left, creating a little rotation in the neck. Inhale, knees and head come through center. Exhale over towards the right, looking towards the right. One more on each side. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Okay. Now come back through center. Bring your arms down by your sides into a low V shape. And we're going to be adding in an arm movement in coordination with the legs. When the legs go towards one side, that same arm is going to be reaching across the body in the opposite direction. Okay, so why don't we try the arms for a moment and then we'll add the legs. So I want you to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift your left arm and sweep it across the body, reaching up towards the top right corner of your mat or the top right corner of the room. Bring it back down across your body and then set it back onto the earth. On your next breath out, you're going to reach the right arm across the body now, and then take it up alongside the ear, reaching towards that top left corner of your mat or reaching towards the wall at the head of your mat. Sweep it down across the body again, and then take it back out to the low V. And now we'll add the legs in and the arms, moving in a nice coordinated way. So start by taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, the knees release to the right. The right arm reaches across the body and up towards the left corner of the mat. Inhale the arm down and the knees to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Left arm goes across the body and then reaches up. Inhale the arm down and across the body, knees through center, back to the starting position. Exhale to the right. Right arm reaches across the body and up. Inhale back to center. Right side. Or by right, I mean left. And back through center. Good. One more time. This type of coordinated movement where the arms and legs are kind of doing different things is also a really great practice for the body. When we do a coordinated practice like that, it can help to balance the right and left side of the brain. And so, as you may have noticed, I had a little trouble remembering which side was right and left. And that's really why that we would do a practice like that, is it switches things up in such a way in the body and in the mind where we really have to think about which side is which. And if we do practices like that regularly, it can really help to strengthen the mind. Kind of like putting a jigsaw puzzle together. Now, from here, I want you to walk your feet a little closer together so that they're about the distance of the hips. And bring your arms down by your sides. You can rotate your palms to face down, or you can turn them up. But in any case, give a little snuggle of your shoulders onto your back, just until you feel a gentle lift of your heart. And now on your next breath in, I want you to lift your hips up and come into bridge pose. You're going to squeeze your glutes, especially the lower glutes, and really lift through the inner groins. Push down evenly into the heels and the balls of the feet. And think of moving the tops of your thighs towards the knees. And the knees are reaching right down the center towards the middle toe. Stay here for one more breath. And then as you exhale, separate your shoulder blades and come on down. Hug your right knee in, And then your left. And give yourself a little rock here side to side. And now hold on to the back of your thighs. And you're going to use the legs the way you would in a swing to rock your way up to a seat again. And once you come up, I'd like you to turn over onto your hands and knees and set up for a little cat-cow. So we'll bring our palms right underneath our shoulders, our knees right underneath our hips. And before you move, I want you to find your center. Okay, I want you to find your strength in your center. And so if we are not engaging, then we lose a lot of the support for the lower back. And you can see here that my back has swayed when I let go. I'm gonna hug my belly muscles in, finding that same feeling of a corset wrapping around my waist, and create a sense of length through the lower back. And now from here, I want you to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, shift your hips back towards your heels for an extended child's pose. Keep the elbows straight and glue the hands to the earth. As you inhale, come forward into cow pose. Lift your heart, lift your head. We're creating a saddle-like position in the back, but we're still engaged in the abdominal muscles. On the exhale, round your back like cat pose, and then shift back towards the heels, extended child's pose. Inhale as you come forward, lift the head, lift the heart, cow pose. Exhaling, rounding through the spine, shifting back towards extended child's pose. Let's do that a few times. Rolling up, lifting head, lifting heart. Rolling down, extended child's pose. Last one, inhale up. And finding a nice undulation of your spine as you exhale back to extended child's. And now roll your way back up to tabletop position. And then from here, making sure that your hands are comfortable right underneath shoulders, you're going to extend your right leg out to the side. Okay. And so once you've got the right leg out to the side, I want you to see my foot and just push the outer edge of the right foot into the ground so that you create a little seal into the whole sole of the foot. We're going to keep the left hand onto the ground. It's another, got your right leg out, left hand rooting down. Inhale and lift your right arm up, finding a little rotation here in the spine. Push the left hand into the earth and really lift up and out of the left shoulder. And as you exhale, you're going to sweep the arm down and reach underneath that left arm. Inhale as you come up. Exhale down. Good. One more time. And exhale. And then lift all the way up, reaching right arm up. And just hang out here for a moment. Maybe you want to let that right arm reach back a little bit more, just enjoying a stretch through the front of your body, and a stretch through the chest. Good. And then on your next exhale, you're going to set the right hand down. You'll bend your right knee and bring the foot back in. And then from here, I'm going to turn around just so I have enough space to do this. And we're going to go right into the other side. Stretch your left leg out and seal the outer edge of the left foot into the earth. And my foot is about in line with the inner right knee. You can see I've created like a nice line there. Keeping your right hand glued to the earth. Push the earth away with the right hand as you lift the left arm up, rotating the ribs open. Exhale and thread the arm underneath the right arm. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread it through. Once more, and then we'll pause. And exhale. Good. Inhale and open up. And let's just stay here. Let's hang out here for a moment. Now, even here, I'm still squeezing in, right? I'm still finding that very strong sense of self right in my center. Doesn't really matter if there's a six-pack there or not. It's just a feeling of hugging and holding myself here. So that as I hang out here in this rotation, I'm stable. I'm pushing down into the right hand. I'm pushing into the length of the right shin bone. And I'm rooting down into the left foot as well. One more breath. And then exhale and go ahead and place that left knee back onto the earth. And we're gonna move into a child's pose. So separate your knees a little wider than your hips. Sit your hips back towards your heels. If you wanna roll your wrists out a little bit, that might feel really nice after that little bit of arm balancing we just did. Walk your elbows forward a little bit so you start to get a nice stretch through the back of your arms. And then drop the head down towards the earth. So just taking a few moments to rest there in child's pose. Allowing the hips to be heavy. Perhaps you will put your feeling attention into your back body, just noticing where you feel the breath in your back body. Between the shoulder blades, noticing the mid ribs and the side ribs, and noticing the lower back. Now let's come on up to tabletop position again. Knees are underneath the hips. And we're going to start with the left side this time. So you're going to take your left leg out to the side again. Seal the outer edge of the foot into the earth. Keep the leg straight. And you're going to be shifting your hips back, okay, pushing the hands into the earth a little bit here, and just shifting back until you feel a little stretch. Now, where I feel this is more inner thigh to the inside of the knee a little bit. So I'm not going to go too far. I'm just going to go to where I feel something. And then if it's too intense, if it becomes too strong of sensation, then we just back out a little bit till we find something that's tolerable and is also, giving us the knowledge that we are lengthening some muscle. So staying here for a breath. And then come forward. And then do that again. Press back into the hips. Hold the stretch. Just breathing. And then come forward. Good, we're going to do that one more time. So 3 long holds. Good, really good. Okay, and now from here, you're going to walk your hands back and you're going to lift yourself up. Okay, and I'm going to reposition myself so that you can see me. Okay. It's gonna be my left leg. So I'm gonna look like I'm doing my right leg to you, but this is actually my left. Okay, and so now I'm standing on my right leg, my right knee. I've got my left leg out to the side in preparation for a pose called gate pose. Now my toes are still turned towards you, What I'm gonna do now is rotate my foot so that my toes are now pointing out towards the side. I'm gonna create a little bend in the knee, okay, and then start to straighten the leg any amount that allows me to keep a subtle bend in the knee. Take your left hand to the thigh. Inhale the right arm up. And as you exhale, start to lean over towards the leg, the straightened leg, any amount here. Push down into the length of that right shin bone and lift the pit of the navel up. Really strong right in here. Good. One more breath. And then exhale and release. Beautiful. And now rotate your foot so that your toes are pointing towards me. Hinge at your hips. Bring your hands back down towards the earth. Bend your left leg and place both feet back down onto the earth. Both knees, excuse me. Okay, and now we're going to come over to the right side, and I'm going to remain in this position so you can see what the leg looks like out to the side. My toes are pointing towards the same direction as my fingers, and I'm sealing the outer edge of the right foot into the ground. Now you're going to shift your hips back, okay, like you're shifting back towards child's pose, but only about halfway, just until you feel some little stretch, perhaps in the inner thigh. Maybe you feel it somewhere else. You're going to hold that stretch. And then come forward. And then hold, shift back and hold the stretch. And then come forward. And do that one more time. Shift back and hold. And then come forward. Now we're going to come on up for gate pose. So you're going to walk your hands towards your knee. Shift your hips back a little bit. Lift your chest and then come on up. Now make sure that your left hip is stacked right over your right knee. You're going to turn your right toes out, so you're feeling a rotation in the leg bone all the way up in the hip socket. Bend the knee, and then start to straighten the leg any amount that allows you to keep that slight bend in the right knee. The right hand comes to the top of the thigh. I'm going to push down into the ball of the foot and the heel. Take an inhale, lift your left arm up. Now you're rooting down through that left shin bone, hugging in your center, and then leaning towards that right leg, any amount that gives you that nice length through the whole left side body. Gate pose, a Parigasana. And nice deep breath in, and then exhale to come all the way up. Release the arm down. Turn your right toes to point towards, to face forward. Okay, it's so hard when I don't have a mat to face the front of the mat. So your toes are now pointing forward. You're going to hinge at your hips. Shift your hips back like child's pose. And then come forward. Bend your right knee. Both knees to the ground. And then from here, I want you to shift your body weight forward, bend your elbows, and lower all the way down to the earth. Now, once you're down, place your hands comfortably underneath your shoulders and have your elbows hugging in. You can see that my forearms are not on the ground, but I'm not so far back with my hands that my wrists are underneath my elbows. It's not a chaturanga position of the arms. It's more of an adaptation position of the arms for Cobra Pose. Okay. And so from here, I want you to reach back through your legs. Start to squeeze the glutes and really energize and ground yourself into the lower half of your body. On your next breath in, you're gonna lift your chest and your head any amount here. Try not to push too much into the hands. Let your hands just be very softly pressing into the ground so that you're really lifting using your back body, your glutes, lifting from your back, not so much from your upper body strength. Okay. And now we can stay here and breathe in Cobra Pose. If you like, you can create a little variation by bending your knees, okay, and bringing the heels in a little closer towards the bum. Now, as you do this, I really want you to push down into your pubic bone and squeeze the glutes. Now, you can also just stay here and breathe. This might be enough. If you'd like, you can reach back. This is another thing you can do, reach back. See if you can grab a hold of the tops of the feet. And then maybe hang out here. Okay, this is bow pose, Dhanurasana. Now, if we are choosing to be somewhere between Cobra Pose and Dhanurasana, bow pose, right here, that's okay too. Wherever you are, I want you to take a few cycles of mindful breathing. Good. And then if you're holding the feet, release with as much control as you can. Bring your palms to stack underneath the forehead. Press the forehead down. Bend your knees, and then just sway your legs side to side. And then from here, you're going to walk your hands back so they're underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Press on up. And then yogi's choice. You can either take a child's pose, or if you'd like to go into a downward facing dog, perhaps you want to lift your knees, push the earth away, and then just hang out in this upside down position for a few breaths. You can pedal your feet, push into the hands evenly, really lift up and out of the wrists. Relax the shoulders, lengthen through the neck, lifting the hips up and back. And now make your way to hands and knees. Go ahead and swing the legs around. And then we're going to come onto our back. I just want you to lie down once again and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. From here, we're going to come into a simple twist. So touch your feet down for just a moment. Lift your hips, slide them over towards the left, and then drop your knees over towards the right. You can allow the right hand to rest comfortably on the legs. The left arm is just out to the side in a nice T-shaped position. And you're just letting go now. Slowly letting go of all your efforts. Kind of moving into that really quiet, still place, like the way it is at night. Just quiet and still. Bring your knees back to center. Slide your hips to the right. And then drop the knees over to the left. And come into that simple twist on the other side. Take a few breaths here. And now bring everything back to center. And we're going to straighten the legs out onto the floor. Now, if you happen to have something like a bolster or a blanket, and you want to use it for your final resting pose, go ahead and pull those goodies out. It might be nice to take bolster behind the back of the legs. You can use one of your blankets as a pillow. And if you happen to have a second blanket, that might be nice to just cover your body. If you don't have any of these goodies handy, don't worry. Just come into Shavasana. Lie down. Take any last little movements you need to adjust your body so that you can feel supported and comfortable, warm enough, at ease. And then we'll do a body sensing relaxation meditation to close our practice tonight. And so this body sensing relaxation meditation is a very powerful practice. It is a wonderful practice to do right before bed. Many of us struggle with going to bed because maybe we've been very overstimulated with work or technology. You know, you may have noticed now that we're not going through our day-to-day normal routine, that we're at home, how much we are stimulated by, you know, all sorts of things, marketing, advertising, expectations. And that could really keep the mind in a very active place. We might also be carrying a lot of concerns and worries right now, considering the global health crisis that we've all been going through. And so that also might be keeping the mind very active, very stimulated. And so this practice of putting your awareness into the body gives the mind something really productive and focused to do. And it also helps to create that mind-body connection that we need to slowly wind down and to move into a more restful place. And so if you find yourself drifting off when we go through this practice, that's okay. Just let yourself drift off to sleep for a little bit. If you decide you want to meander into bed right now while we do this, I think that's a wonderful idea. I want you to just close your eyes now. And I'm going to be guiding your attention into different areas of the body. And all you have to do is bring your attention there. You can either picture the body part in your mind, or you can visualize like a little light or blue star, something to help tether the mind to that place in the body. And so now I want you to take a deep breath in. Exhale everything. And just affirm to yourself now that you are resting. Now I allow my body to rest. It can be as simple as that. Now I begin to let my body rest. Bring your awareness to your toes. Notice your right toes and your left toes. Notice your ankles, the right ankle and the left ankle. Notice the right leg, toes, foot, right ankle, right knee, right hip. Notice the left leg, the whole left leg, left toes, left foot, left ankle, left knee, left hip. Notice both legs at the same time. Become aware of your hips. Become aware of the belly center. Notice your hands, both hands at the same time. Notice your right hand, fingertips, wrist. Notice the right elbow. Notice the right upper arm and shoulder. Notice the whole right arm. Notice the left hand, left fingertips, left wrist, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Notice the whole left arm. Notice both arms at the same time. Notice your lower back, mid back, upper back. Notice your shoulders. Notice your chest muscles, front ribs, side ribs, just below the armpits. Notice the neck and throat. Notice your lips, cheeks. Notice the right eye. Notice the left eye. Notice the space between the eyebrows. Notice both eyes at the same time. Notice the back of the head. Notice the ears, both ears at the same time. Notice the crown of the head, the scalp. And now notice the entire backside of your body. Heels, calves, back of the knee, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, mid back, upper back, back of the head. Noticing the whole front side of the body, face, throat, chest, ribs, belly, thighs, shin bones. Noticing the whole right side of your body, the whole right side. Noticing the whole left side of your body, the whole left side. And now see if you can feel the whole body now. Become aware of the whole body. And can you feel the whole body from the inside out? Just tapping into this kind of energetic field of sensation from the inside out. Allowing yourself to rest in complete awareness of your body, becoming observant of the body as it's resting. The body is sleeping, completely at ease. The mind is relaxed and calm, clear, reflective, and open. Body relaxed, mind open. Now, if you are at ease in your body and you want to stay right where you are, you're welcome to remain here for as long as you want. If you prefer to come back into your body, create a little movement, and go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. Move nice and slow and try not to stir yourself up too much so that you can remain relaxed. And over time, this practice, if done every night, it can really help you to learn to tap into your natural rhythm of sleep. Especially if you work with candlelight and really dim light, it's almost like you're able to really help your circadian rhythm, that natural sleep cycle rhythm. So I want you to stretch your arms and hug your knees in. Roll to one side. Gently come on up and take a comfortable seat once again. I want to thank you for joining me, taking this time
to care deeply for your body, mind, and spirit. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you be completely at peace in your heart, mind, and body. Namaste.